May not be say, hope nobody will go do, we go fight to go out.
You know those podcasts where.
I will tell you.
Okay.
So now me, okay, no problem. Let's just go home. Let's go.
My first question to you would be for you to describe the moment you first realized that I was truly in love with you.
Hmm.
When was that?
The moment that I realized
that I was truly in love with you.
I have a lot of instances,
Okay.
but sadly, actually, it's funny, I can't remember one now.
Interesting.
It's funny, I can't remember one. The first moment now. But it's definitely not. Let me see. I'm trying to. One is coming to my head, so I'm just trying to.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. I think it was when we had our first fight and you cried.
Oh, okay. When was our first fight? What was it about?
That was probably 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And I just felt, that's what this love thing.
That's so
you go fight person, when they cry.
Wow. I can't remember when that was.
Yeah, that was it.
Wow.
And because you cried now, you can't remember.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so that was it.
Okay. So, that's fine.
Okay, what is the story of us?
Wow. The story of us. I mean, that's actually deep.
It's broad.
And it's broad. Wow. And I think it's multidimensional.
Okay. And from your own perspective, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so from my perspective, I think the story of us really started with two people who were not interested in playing around.
Yeah.
Who knew what they wanted, right? And who were willing to go for it. And why would I say that? I remember when we started speaking at first, and I explained all of the story of, my previous relationship, what had happened. And you were not scared to say your mind as a man who is a potential suitor. You were like, why would a guy waste your time like that when he knows he's not going to get married to you? That's so bold of you. Because a typical guy should also think like, Omo, make myself no go fall into that trap of what if we plan to get married and things are not really coming together yet? So for me, that was bold. And then for me as well, on my side, I had to tell you that I was not going to say yes until you speak to certain people. Those things are not conventional. When two people meet, they're meant to just, let's see how it goes. But for us, we're not trying to see, we're going to see how it goes. But first, let's establish the fact that we're going on a journey and we're serious. Like, if you're not ready, just let's know. So for me, I think that's the story of us. Two people who just knew that this is what we want. Then let's conclude and then we go on the journey. And the truth is, we had different reasons to go our separate ways on this journey. We had different reasons, right? We had different reasons to argue, to fight, but we still said we're going to do this anyway. And I think that's the story of us, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you perfectly. So just to emphasize on what you mentioned, because I mean, when you told me the stories and all that, I was like, I mean, because a man will always know. That's the truth. A man always knows. It's not like you can't play around. It's not like you can, but you always know if you want to settle down with someone.
Yeah.
So how can you know that you're not settling down with this person and you are keeping it for 5 years or 4 years or 3? I mean, that's wickedness for me,
Yeah.
So it's not like, I mean, you meet every other person that you like, but you know that this person, you can't settle down with this person.
Yeah.
So there's no need wasting their time. Because you could have as well just said, oh, okay, let's see how it goes. And 2, 3, 4 years, just waste their time.
Yeah.
So that was, So that's that.
I agree. Awesome. So I think that's my cue to go for the next question. What do you think I need from you, and are you providing it? What do you think I need from you, and are you really providing it?
As a Dangote that I is now. Yeah, I'm just joking.
Okay, now.
Yeah, I think what you need from me, I think is friendship, is peace, someone that makes you happy, someone someone that won't go out, that will just stay at home all day.
Really?
So I think maybe that's the one I'm not providing everything, because you
Wow.
still want to step out once in a while.
Wow.
You know, so for me, I think basically it's friendship. You know, you need someone to also, because you're an amazing woman and you know you're a great woman. So you need someone that can also help you on this journey to also support, you know, support without being intimidated or jealous in quotes, you know. So, well, I think from my own perspective, I think I'm trying my best, my bits, not my best. So keep getting better anyway. So, so I think to an extent, I think I'm.
So I want you to think about it again. Just looking at my face right now, looking at me, and trying to picture my personality, my type of person. I mean, we've been living together for quite some time. Is there anything you didn't mention that you think I want from you? And maybe I'm getting it, maybe I'm not. I don't know, but there might be something you probably didn't touch, right?
That you want from me that I don't.
No, whether you are providing it or not is not. I'm not speaking
But
for you.
probably something you need that you
That
want
you
from
know,
me.
just based on the question that I need from you. So you're either providing it or not. That's up to you to tell me. But
To
just
be
think
honest, I
about
can't
it.
think of unless you want to mention any that you think I'm not
No.
providing for. So and that's what makes platforms like this beautiful. So you also let me know that Oga, you're not providing
Yeah.
this part. But for me, from my end,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know.
Okay. So
But I just feel I'm trying. You know,
So-
that's why I said my own bit.
yeah. So what I'm trying to say is even something you're providing, not something you're not providing. And I think you are doing more than trying if it's about that. And one of the things that I need from you that you are providing is the security that I feel. I have never had to feel threatened, in this relationship about anything or anyone, not even your friends. So even before we got married, and I think I told you this some time ago, like people want to sit where I sit, and you're like, no, that's Temi sit. Don't sit in front. Oh, don't touch that. That's Temi. It's very little, but it passes a lot of message for me. Like, okay, I am secured with this guy. Like people know that there are boundaries. Guy, don't sit there. Now tell me they sit down there. They are your friends. They should be like, no, but you still go ahead to say those things. So for me, it's then a sense of security that even with your family, then I'm going to be safe because you will always, look out for me. We've not had a reason to then see some of those things displayed because we don't even need to experience that, but I get that from you. And I mean, this is just to say thank you and well done.
This is the part where you put clap. Oh, then thank you, my friend. Well, to be honest, I mean, it's good you mentioned it, but I've never thought about it. I've never thought about that as a big deal.
Yeah.
So but it's good you mentioned. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for mentioning that.
You're welcome.
What was your first impression when we met?
Wow. So was it the online impression or the offline impression?
We met
because we had met online before we met offline. Of course.
Oh, so online you had a different impression.
There had to be because that's the first impression.
Oh,
we didn't meet physically the first time.
Okay.
It was virtual.
Okay.
So there was a first impression. But I just wanted to know, do you want me to separate it?
First impression, you can separate it.
Okay. So the virtual impression first. Of course, how did we meet? Your friend, our mutual friend, had sent your page. I said, send the person's page. Let me even see, Instagram and all of that. And then I went to IG and then I saw your picture. I'm like, this guy is fashionable. Because suits, colored suits, native, everything. I'm like, okay, it's fashionable. I saw some pictures on the streets of London. I'm like, okay now. So the first impression for me was like, Abi, is he an influencer? Like, why all of these pictures all over the place? And then my friend gave a context to say, oh, he's a wedding MC and then he's into fashion. She had sold you real good. Like I mentioned. So the first impression was really like, this guy, your name is not Femi, but this guy looks like a Femi. Like, men, like...
My name is Femi.
Your name is not Femi, but this one, this one is wearing colored, he's all over. So, I don't know. Color, are you sure this one is not a, so I just thought that was the first impression, but it was good that I said I wanted to proceed to for her to share my number because I also felt like I saw a gentleman, right? Like I saw a gentleman, like, okay. So the first impression was like, okay, he's a gentleman. Now the impression when I now saw you was a bit different.
Okay.
So I think you wore jeans and a checkered shirt and then a palm. So for me, and I had wanted to really dress. It was a date, it was a casual date though. But I wanted to wear something serious. And my friends were like, no, wear this one, wear this one. So when I say, I'm like, you're wearing palm bros, like, okay. But it was, so the conversation then helped to overcome all of that, because we're like, okay, he's very free, down to earth. We're able to have a very good conversation. So I think the first impression was good. It was pretty much good. Yeah.
So why are you beefing my palm now?
I'm not beefing. I just
can't remember why I wore palm,
wear
though.
so I don't know why. I'm like, at least what's your bata now, boss? You know, you're about to see a lady for the first time. So the jeans puts me off. I'm like, jeans? Well, it's okay. It's okay. Do you? But I mean, not a big deal. It's fine.
Anyways, don't worry yourself.
Okay, what is that one thing that you think I really need you to understand about me? So maybe there's something that I've been talking about, and by now I expect you to understand that about me.
To know it about you.
To know that, okay, this is her. This is how she does. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but so I mean, just think about it. Like,
yeah, I get there's one, but because I know there was a time you mentioned, I wish you understand me. I'm not like that. But I actually can't remember what we were talking about. Yeah.
I can't remember that.
So the main reason why I think I can't actually find any for this question is probably because we barely have arguments. You know, and you know that this is this particular question is when I want you to, like, I'm just trying to prove that no, I'm not like that. Understand what I'm saying. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So or unless maybe maybe there's one thing that you think you can help me with there, because for me, I think to a certain extent I actually really do understand you, and I don't think there's anything you would want me to know, you know, that I don't know already. Something.
Okay, but
I don't know, maybe I'm not getting the question.
No, but you know, sometimes we argue about certain things, especially maybe different perspectives.
Yes.
And we had one recently in the middle of a conversation, and there was a reason why I said what I said, and it was about something. So, and all I was trying to say was, so you will have conversation like that. You remember that even you too, you're like, you should understand me. So if you think about it from that angle, maybe from that argument.
But I can't remember. That's what I'm saying. I know we had one recently, and we talked about, I wish you understand, but sadly I can't remember the arguments to remember. So I don't know.
Okay, so that's fine. We can move on. Okay. That's
okay. So this one is: what is a pain in me you wish you can heal, Egbe? What is a pain in me? You wish you can heal.
Wow.
Is there a pain in me that you think you wish you can heal?
Honestly, I don't think there is a pain.
So from this question, I think it's about probably trauma or something you think about once in a while. You know, so I don't know, but I don't think this question is actually for me, you, or for us. But for you, I might say a pain. Maybe your mom. Maybe your mom. Maybe, you know, before you stepped out that day, before she left Earth, maybe if you had just insisted on staying back, and that is she wanted to tell you, if she really told you before she left. So if it's that, I mean, that's for now. So but for me, I think I'm a happy child. I don't think there's any pain or trauma or anything.
Honestly, powerful. What do you find most difficult to talk to me about, and why? What do you find most difficult to talk to me about?
Yeah, so I'm not saying this because you are here or something, but I think you're actually my best friend. And I think there's nothing per se that I've not shared with you or I've not told you. You know, I think you know virtually everything about me. You know. So maybe unless I'm talking about a female friend, and you are like, Oga, I beg, who be this and here? So maybe, and I think, how many female friends do I really, maybe my old female friends, I'm talking about probably people I grew up with or people I went to school with and something. So, but there's nothing I think I don't talk to you about. If this was our last conversation, what would you never want me to forget?
That I love you. And you are the best thing that ever happened to me.
Come here. Come here, let me kiss you, okay? All right, for me, this was our last conversation. What would you never want me to?
Yeah.
I won't want you to forget that you're an amazing woman.
Thank you.
You're beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm so honored to have you as mine.
Thank you.
And I love you, of course.
Thank you.
And you're my baby.
Yeah.
You're my baby.
Baby
Even
for
when
life.
we have our babies, you still be the number one baby. Yeah. So they need to know that babies, take notes.
Take notes.
Mommy is the number one baby.
Yes, sir.
All right, the final question. What is the biggest challenge in our relationship right now? And what do you think it's teaching us?
Wow. The biggest challenge in our relationship right now and what it is teaching us.
I'm more thankful saying you the high school because I don't even know what's the biggest challenge.
Honestly, so I think that we don't have a biggest challenge. Like we don't have a challenge that is like, oh, the biggest challenge right now. But we're in a season where I feel like the season we're in is teaching us dependency on God. We are not salary earners. We had a lot of fears when we wanted to get married. You know, I was working 9 to 5. You were working 9 to 5, and then somehow both of us just let go of 9 to 5 and want to focus on this entrepreneurship and solopreneurship life. But somehow we're good. We're fine, right? And it's teaching us to be dependent on God. He's our sole provider. And we are having to think outside of the box. What can I do next? How can I push my brand out there? What can I leverage on to expand what I'm currently doing? Rubbing minds, sharing ideas. So I think that is what this season is probably teaching us. Like, okay, what can we do next? You know how you'll be on me, like, I'll reach out to this person. This is one. You are like, oh my God, this video, Bella and I just. So it's teaching us to just really think.
Out of the box.
Out of the box and also to rely on God. That's what I think. What do you think?
It's getting too smart. Because, I mean, I didn't even think about it that way. Yeah. But, of course, I think it's teaching us about depending on God, truly. Yeah. You know, that... Because I remember before we got married, I mean, how we waited on God, how we were really like, oh, God, we asked God for some things. And, I mean, the marriage happened, went smoothly and all that, you know. And so now that made it a reference for us. So whenever we come to God, we say, oh God, you did this. So yes. So I think this season of our life is helping us realize that the God that did this can still do much more. You know, so yeah, it's...
And what do we call him?
Dependence.
The God of our journey.
Yeah.